Welcome in, everyone. Hold on one second. Okay. Welcome in. Hello, Sheeny. Hello, Ty. Hello, Sparks. Hello, Alex. Hello, Drop Your Frame. And hello, everyone else who may be out there, if there is anyone out there. Hopefully, everyone is having a super good day. It is Wednesday. And, we are returning to our project, which is creating an artificial heart based on my heartbeat. So if you guys see in the top left corner, we do have a heart rate tracker. However, made some small decisions. Hold on, that's a bit small. Made a few decisions. I don't think we want to go with the top left. So instead, we're going to use that to calibrate our heart rate thing. However, I really want to figure out how these sensors work, and I really want to get these sensors working. So we're going to get these sensors working. And then we have... So, you guys who may or may have not been here, we were using this sensor previously, which was something that... we were having a bit of difficulty getting a clear image out, or not image out, a clear, I don't know what, a reading, I suppose. We were having difficulty getting a clear reading out, even with filtering. So, pulse rate, yes. Oh, no, I meant like individual sample. So what I have is, I remembered that I have a second heart rate monitor. It does require soldering to get, so we're going to have to do some soldering. But this is a more reliable, more reliable version, hopefully, TM. But we shall see. Also, hello, Ty. And yeah, you know, hopefully, again, everyone's day is going pretty pog. Mine is going okay. I don't know. Hold on, let me see if I can show you guys. We'll just put it like a dead center. Whoop. Okay. So I don't know about you guys, but this looks... this looks more reliable. You just arrived at McDonald's? Didn't you get McDonald's last stream, Sheeny? Can't have McDonald's every day. That's bad for you. Only I'm allowed to do that. But this looks quite a bit better in terms of outputs. So I'm hoping that we'll be able to get this guy working. If not, I am... Oh, hello, Cox. How are you doing? If not, you know... No, we are going to get it working. And I feel like you shouldn't be casting that particular stone. Yes. Perhaps I should not be. And hello. So, I'm gonna go ahead and get this guy soldered and see if we're able to get anything from it. I believe it uses an I2C connection. So that's what we'll have to get into place. So give me just a moment, as I just dropped the pins I wanted to solder to it on the floor. Because of course I did. Yippee. Okay. Had a job interview today. I'm gonna turn down if they offer and just poked myself in the eye, so good day. I see. Oh, hold on. Let me see if I can find something real quick. I'm looking for pins. Yeah, no, those are gone. Okay. That's okay. We don't need them. I have always wanted to do that. I'm not sure if I have the confidence to just apply for a job. Not like apply for a job, but apply for a job with no intent to take the job. You know, just for experience in interviewing and stuff. I should have held that together, oh well. If and buts. Anyways, there we go. You're taking a play out of my Yoshi's playbook? Oh! I see. Well, it's still unhealthy. Something, something. Where are my helping hands? Let's zoom out a bit. Alright, so I believe We're gonna need to attach it on both ends, or headers on both ends, so let's go ahead and get that started slash done slash doing it. Oh, I was going to, but they had 60% of their workforce leave in 3 months. Oh, that sounds awfully mango-y. Perhaps is that a mango company? Is a question I would have. And where is our smoke? Mango way? Oh, no, Mango is like Microsoft, Amazon, Nvidia, Google, and what's the O? I have no idea what the O is. But it's essentially like the tech companies that air quote you want to work at. Oracle? Is it Oracle? I didn't know it was still early 2000s. I didn't know Oracle was still a thing. Or like still a sought after thing rather. And yeah, that would require a certain level of desperation. I wouldn't stop job searching if I accepted it. Yeah. I think we're on this side. Ooh. Just gonna feed these guys through. Oh wait, other side. Other side. Yeah. Wait. No. Yeah, other side, this side. We need to have it on the other side and plug this guy in. Hold on. It's easier to swap our chip over. And in that case, no, it was a manufacturing company that sounded interesting. Oh, I see. Well, if the position's interesting... Okay, that's how we want it. Let's see if you stay in place. No, you're not going to stay in place. Okay. Want a pro tip for soldering those legs on? Sure. I'll take any pro tips. I could probably just tape it if I really wanted. Not like tape it permanently, but tape it as a intermediate solution. Okay. Let's go ahead and solder. Can never have enough flux. If you say so. I think you can very much have too much flux, but that's just my opinion. I am just going to pretend. And then I need to clean it off and retin it again. Grab a hole in one of your perf boards, have helping hands hold with the perf board, and keep everything else upright straight. Ooh, interesting. I'll give that a try. Well, any moment. Be right back, gonna get dinner started. Okay, I'll see you in a bit. But yes, has anything been going on with anyone? On, like, excitement type stuff? I will make sure to hydrate, thank you, Talarine. And I will posture check. Also, Ty is cute. Oh. I don't think Ty has an access to a Red X. Give me a second. Oh man, I still don't have the animation right on that. Okay. A large Diet Coke, no ice. 2 McChickens, a medium fry, less than $6. Yes, but think about your heart doctor spill. Oh, speaking of which, I did end up going to... Hold on, let me see if I can get the perf board in place. I have a little bit of perforated board over here. It may be slightly caked in, stuff. But, you know, it's okay. But yeah, I'm pretty confident we're gonna get this. Not, like, done today. But I'm pretty confident that we're going to make progress on this. That we're gonna make good progress on this. Interesting. Well, that does keep it from falling through. Oh, you'll need to have legs on both sides of the board. It's okay. I'll just do it. I'll just do it the way I'm used to it. That's probably a good idea for sanity reasons. Because once you get one in place, the rest will work by themselves, right? Okay, I just need to attach you. Or at least I thought I could attach you. They gave me an extra McChicken. They're not allowed to take it back. Free McChicken. Pog, pog. Oh, yes, and I needed to hydrate. Sorry. Apologies about that. Okay. Hello, Ash. Welcome in. It be going. We have a new heart rate sensor. Yeah, you kind of just gotta get one pin done. The rest will, then it will stay in place. Yeah. Yeah. Okay. That should be good enough. Let's go ahead and see if we can get it. This one's better. Yes, it is. This one's quite a bit better. I'm hoping we won't have any issues with getting soldering, or the solder place. Okay. Oh my gosh, that is a terrible start. Oh, that is such a terrible joint. That's okay. How does it capture heart rate? Is it like a wristband? No. So this one is also supposed to capture it with, oh, that's not even gonna hold it in place. Mainly for sports. Hold on, let me zoom out slightly. It should. The one that I'm currently using, the one that you see in the top left, is worn around my chest. Oh no. Oh no, that's so bad. Okay, that should hold it in place though. I think. Yeah, we'll clean it up. Okay. We shall clean these two guys up. And I don't know why, but my hands are always so shaky when soldering. The bad joint is literally increasing my heart rate. Yes, it is. That's okay. That's okay. It doesn't need to be doesn't need to be good. It just needs to be functional. Oh my gosh, that's so bad. Okay, I'm probably just gonna have to clean this and start over. Okay. Okie dokie. My experience is that the closer you get to so you don't levitate. Oh, okay. That does make sense. Man, these are some beautiful joints. I think this one's not even connecting it. Did you use... I use lead-free solder. I only use lead-free solder, unfortunately. Or fortunately. That would technically work. Yeah, those are terrible. Okay, I can't. My pride will not let me... My pride will not let me have that as a outcome. 1 second. Let me get the solder wick. Lead-free means quite a bit more heat. What's your iron at? It's at 566 degrees Fahrenheit. Currently. gosh. That seems very low. Is it? 300 degrees? Oh my gosh. Okay, hold on. Oh, it's because my temperature is dropping again. Man, I sure do love struggle busing. Oh my gosh. Please. Please just work. Burning. Nope, okay. Well, time to do the thing I did not want to do. Close your eyes. Okay. I could try running it hotter. I'm not sure if that'll help, but I could definitely give that a try. If you run hotter, you have to work faster? Why do you say that? Ooh. Honestly, it was just that one that was annoying me. The other ones are technically connected. They're not pretty, but they're connected. I did assembly work, so I have to be fast. That's okay. Being fast is a good thing, right? And because the solder melts quicker? Oh, yeah. That makes sense. I don't know. Let's give it a try. I'll jack it up to, like... too much heat. The laminate board literally cook. Maybe I don't. Maybe I don't. I'll try a little bit hotter. We'll see if a little bit hotter makes a difference. Nope. Okay, that should be fine. Yeah, that's fine. Okay, let's do the other side. Yeah, that one's unironically fine. Okay. That's okay. We like cooking components here, right? I have trimmers, so I try to flat. I'm sorry? I'm not sure what you mean by that. But yes, what is there to talk about? Oh, yes, so I went to the offload. Probably offload. Oh, okay. Yeah, I see. Went to the lovely doctors. We cook a lot on this channel. Exactly. We cook components, we cook food. Even though we don't cook food. You guys cook the food. I don't cook the food. Okay. Should be fine. Mostly components, exactly. We should make you water pancakes again? Oh yeah, I could totally go for some water pancakes right now. That sounds absolutely delicious. By delicious, I mean please don't cook me water pancakes ever again. I would be very appreciative if you did not. Oh my gosh, why am I struggling so much? What about just regular water? I believe there's a hydration button for that. Let me hydrate. Thank you. Thank you so much. I will hydrate. And we do also finally have a posture check thingy. So, you know, we're moving on up in the world. Not much, but we're moving up. Curse my shaky hands. There we go. Okay. Might need to clean the... Yeah, probably do. I think those joints look okay. Well, focus? Not the back ones. Wait, please? Please focus? No? Okay, hold on. I think the joints are fine. Like, unironically fine. Like, these ones are fine. Not these. These are terrible, but I think those are fine. They should be fine. I'm not worried about them. Okay, anyways. Got that soldered. Go ahead and turn off this, plus the station. Okay, nothing booted off. Very nice. Yeah. NASA, let me know if you guys want any of these components. You know, I work in high precision. Let's see. Did you tin the iron before shutting it off? Yes, I did. Yes, I did. I've just started tinning it before I turn it off, and then I let it heat up, and then I clean it off, and then tin it again. Oh yeah, Ty, you can do that. You definitely have control over that, right? Okay, so one thing that I did want to try first was I kind of just wanted to see what our output was looking like, because I have a feeling, you know, like when you sleep on a problem and you're like, I wonder if this is actually a problem, or if this is or if there might be a better way around this. I think if we put on our signal processing hat, we may be able to get useful data out of it. And also we need to make a dark enclosure for sure. That I don't know of, but give me a few years. Yeah, that's super cool. They don't let me do that type of stuff. I'm trying to think of what's the easiest way to make a quick little box with a hole in it. It would be taking an existing box and putting a hole into it would be the quickest method. Okay, hold on. But first, that shouldn't matter. Okay. Usually by taking a box and putting a hole in it. Yeah, stop reading my mind. Can't do that. I have to. Okay. So let's take a look at the code from last time and see what the issue perhaps was. So this guy should be on. And we should be getting outputs. We turn on our station. Our station's at 5 volts. Okay. And then what we do is I want to show you guys our output. Okay. So if we see our output here, it's super high. And this is just like at passive baseline, whatever. And if we cover it like, hold on, let me make sure it's like fully covered. So if it's fully covered, it goes down quite a bit. So first thing that we need to do is definitely get it completely covered. So we will need to make a small little enclosure for it. So We just need a place where I can put my thumb, to be honest. I think this box will be fine. Okay. I am gonna make this slightly smaller. There we go. So the idea is we put it in the box, and then that should bring it down to more normal values. And what we need to do now is cut a hole in the box. So give me a moment, punch a hole in it. But yeah, oh yeah, so I went to the doctor's, had a lovely time, as usual, you know, full metabolic panel, fun stuff. Not dying yet. So yeah, it's pretty fun. What else have I done recently? What else has been going on? Whoop. It's pretty much just been, you know, work as usual. Work and stream, work and stream. Let's see. I don't think NASA's gonna call me back though, Ty. You know, the last time that they tried to put an animal in space, something bad happened. I think I can just cut this. I'm just cutting a hole in this box. Give me a second. Okay. Right, so sensor goes inside, and then I just need to line my thumb up. Oh, okay, okay. 1 second. Beep, 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 beep. Okay. The graph output is the IR sensor thing that's currently in the box. Oh, yes. That is what we are currently taking a look at. Okay, then should have emitter receiver, and then it should bounce back in, and then, okay, just goes here. There we go. Let us see. So I'm having a feeling that we are actually able to get working data from this. The graph didn't make sense as a heart rate. Yes. Well, yes. Yes and no. It should reflect back into the sensor. That's all noise. Yeah, the current struggle is taking funny number lines and converting it to a number. Yeah. Much like life, that's always the difficulty. Convert funny number to actuals. And then I need to put it... Putting it in between is just difficult. Finding a place where I can put my thumb for this is slightly difficult. It doesn't have to be your thumb, though. Why can't you just tap them under you already have? There is a very good reason why. I will explain it in a second. I can explain it while I'm trying to tune this. So essentially, there's going to be both a communication speed issue and our application that's going to be running. Okay, yeah. So 2 reasons. Hold on. So the 2 primary reasons why we are doing what we're doing. 1, we do not have the headroom on this microcontroller to do both web connection and swap the voltages. . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . Maybe. Maybe? No, because the spikes aren't enough. Also, it would have to be repeatable. Okay. We shall use the other one. Okay, so I'm gonna turn the station off. Raspberry Pis do exist. What do you mean by that? Yes, Raspberry Pis do exist. What about them? Okay. Let's go ahead and get this guy set up. So what we are going to need is, if you take a look at the silk screen, so we're going to be using the bottom I/O here, more than likely. So we have our VN, our I2C connection or communication lines, and then we have our ground. So we'll need to get Raspberry Pis could host the web connection, pull the spikes easily. Yes, so however, comma, it's just a fact of nature that... Oh no, I actually love Linux. So yeah, we'll be using these bottom ones over here. The far one on this side is for our voltage in, again, I2C connection for the other two in the middle. And then on our far side, we have our ground. So let's go ahead and get that connected up. We are going to need... Honestly, what are we gonna need? Gonna need to get a, Of course it's the bad side that has to... Of course it's the... I'm gonna go cry. I won't mention that my OS is currently on then. Oh yeah, don't worry what your OS is currently on. It doesn't need... You don't need to worry about that stuff. Okay. We can probably just hang this guy off. I should have taken a look. Actually, no. It's going to be easier if we just plug directly into it. Okay, so I am going to need... We're going to need voltage. We are 5 volts are what this guy runs on. That's going to have to be provided by our benchtop supply. So we'll need the voltage and ground into there. So we're going to need a male to female cable for those two. And I should go ahead and close out this other part of the application. Mint 2 is peak? Yeah. I guess I won't mention what my OS is currently running. What OS are you currently running, Ty? You're not running like Mac OS, right? And apparently Firefox on Linux doesn't run into the Netflix single household lock if you run your... That seems like such a specific niche. I mean, that seems like a cool upside, but I use... my oldest uses Arch Linux. I'm never getting grandkids. That's okay. Maybe they will. They'll find a nice lady who loves using Linux as well. Maybe. What are we using today as a taser? We're not using anything today as a taser, luckily. I hope. Well, why are we not getting good connection? Give me a second. Let me try a different wire. I'm using Ubuntu, Windows 11 on work laptop. Well, yeah, I imagine, like, a majority of your stuff is done in Windows, unfortunately, even if you wanted it otherwise. Okay. So, we should probably use a different color, though, for ground and power. So I need to hook up a different wire than yellow for ground, because yellow being ground is a bad idea and a bad precedent. Okay, so ground, power. Next, we're going to need the I2C lines connected. Those are going to need 2 female to females. So let's go ahead and grab 2 of those. And let's go ahead and probably use these 2. Okay. Alright. So we're going to set up our other communication. And if you guys have just entered, first of all, welcome in. Second of all, what we are trying to make today is an artificial heart that gathers our own heart rate, and then it controls the flow of the liquid via how fast our heart's going. So if you see in the top left, we have a commercially available monitor that we're using, so you can see my current heart rate. So we'll be able to check against ourselves to see if we're getting a good output, which will be nice. Rather than, trust me bro, it's accurate. Okay. Then we need our 2 communication lines. SDA, SCA. Give me a moment. So, we need to take a quick look at our pinout diagram. So, if you take a look in the top right, we have SCL, or our clock line on GPIO 5 and GPIO 4. We have the other line that we're going to need, so we're going to connect up to that. So our clock line and then our data line. Okay. The pulsar tracker is overly accurate. It felt off when I used it. So when I did it by palpation, it seemed pretty accurate. I could check. Let's see. I could check for you to see how accurate we're looking. So SCL needs to go into the topo. And then green needs to go into the next one. Checked it by palpation using those fancy school words. I don't think those are fancy school words. So there are 2 ways of checking it, right? Like you can use either, well, actually there are more than 1 ways of checking, but you can either use like your wrist and feel the pulse like here, in your cardioid, I think, and then you can also press it against your neck, which is way easier, which is what I'll be doing. So hold on, we can take a quick sample. So I will count for 15 seconds, let's say. So I need a quick timer, and then I will give you the number of beats out, and then we'll multiply by 4. So 1 second. All right, I got 21. So, 21 times 4 is 80 or 84. So it's pretty close. It's pretty accurate. Of course, my heart rate was constantly changing while doing that because I was counting. So that does. Oh no, that's actually how that works. That's how your heart actually works. Your heart rate goes up and down very much. Quite often. Okay, let's see. Clock line, data line, clock line out. We have our connection, and then what we need to do is reprogram it. We need to get I2C up and running on this guy, which is going to be hard in its own way, but we should have our... We should go ahead and have our sensor data. So give me just a moment. Okay, so I do have some example code, so we're going to use example code because of course we are. And we shall see how that goes through. So let's go ahead and pull open. Not our line itself, not that, but this guy. Okay, so this is... Oh. Should make a new sketch, actually. Give me just a minute. Okie dokie. Oh, wrong code. That's my current code. Okay, let's go ahead and see if this guy works. So this is the example code that came with it. It's looking quite a bit better. The only thing that we aren't going to have immediately is we won't have this... Oh, I should make it bigger. Oh, we do not currently have the max 30105 library. So what we can do is we can hopefully look it up. So max 30105. And then go ahead and install that. And then, if we click into this guy, we'll now have the header file included. So that's good. Then we can compile it. Really shouldn't be going at a baud rate of 9600, but that's a-okay. We don't need to compile you, just you, and just you. Okay, we have some warnings, but that's okay. We don't care about warnings where we live. Let's go ahead and make the baud rate a bit higher than it is. Just in case we need to get the data out, and I should be good. Okay, so I am going to go ahead and upload the code to our microcontroller. However, because our microcontroller is not currently plugged in, we have issues. So give me a second. Alright. So we are going to reprogram it. And what we are also going to do is we are going to have to open a serial monitor and check in once we get it running. Just give me just a moment. Alright, so you guys see, should see the serial monitor. Let me just move this over ever so slightly, switch it over to the serial monitor, turn this guy on, and then we should be getting some output here. Give me a moment. No monitor connected, select board. We should be on COM port 8. Okay. What's our streaming device? Is it safe? This device is most certainly safe. I'm not worried about it not being safe. However, let's see, why are we running into issues? We have putty open as why. Give me a moment. We need close this. And then we need serial monitor. Okay. And then what we need is to repower cycle it. We need to see what's going on. Okay, it might actually matter. Our baud rate might actually matter here. Let's go ahead and get the baud rate changed. Give it a moment. We are going to reprogram it, then we're going to take a look at the serial monitor and see what we get out. Any moment now. I'm also slightly worried that we're not... I would have expected the LED on this guy to turn on, but I'm not seeing the LED come on either. Okay, so we do have an output. That is a confusing output. Oh no, that's a different output. Okay. Give me a moment. Wait, how did that even happen? Sorry, we accidentally swapped over our code. Give me one brief moment while the code is uploading. I need a quick second. Okie dokie. So taking a look, our baud rate is currently wrong, so that's why it's garbled stuff. Okay. So let's take a look now. Pulse and proximity breakout. So it's still not detecting it. If we take another look, remove the app cap. So if we take a look, maybe it is our pinouts here that is causing us some pains. We could connect directly to it. I don't think that's gonna help. Honestly, I think we just need to redo the pins. We might need to redo soldering, which I really don't want to do. That's okay. Oh, thank you so much for following, Jet Pinky. I really appreciate it. And welcome in. I hope you have a great time here. Unironic. Or not unironically, obviously, but yeah. Hopefully you have a good time. What's not detecting? Can you zoom in on the cam? Oh, yes. So, currently the code is saying that it is just not seeing it at all right now. Which is unfortunately problematic. Could be the I²C. So if the example code's not working, what we could do... Let's go ahead and see if we can use the simplified version of the code and see if that happens to work. I used the last 30 minutes lookouts. Well, I did quite a lot wrong. Oh, why do you say that, Talierine? Are you supposed to be at a different temperature than what you were using before? And also, welcome in Boulder, and Maki, and Jet Pinky. Nodders. Okay. So, hopefully I should order lead-free solder. Nah, the lead damages. Great for you. The max 3000 was still not found. Okay. So, ignoring this part, we're still not getting it found. So, poor K. So, it's not seeing it. So, let's double check our clock and... Let's go ahead and double check our clock line. And our data line to make sure it's not that, because that's the easiest thing to check. So I'm just going to swap these two out. Okay. Give me a moment. We're just doing some rewiring. Just a bit of rewiring, just in case I didn't have the... just in case I didn't have the clock and data line correct, but I don't think that's going to be an issue. Okay. Again, we could try to resolder. Man, what's the odds that we have two bad sensors? That's like 0%, right? The odds that we have two bad sensors is like 0%, right? Okay. If it is bad, what can we do about it? I can resolder them. I will do better this time. Yeah, that's... Okay. Go ahead and turn the station off, and let's go ahead and... I think it is a poor soldering job that's causing this issue, so give me a moment. And heatless aside, is a wet sponge actually a problem for soldering iron tips? Wait, is it actually? I did not know that, because I currently use a wet sponge. Do you want me to look away? You definitely should be looking away right now. We're doing very bad things right now. Things that you're not supposed to do. What you're not supposed to do at a stoplight. but it'll be easier if we do it, so... Kinda have to do it. Oh. Supposedly... Oh, one moment. Brass wool is the best option. Did you just pull a pin right after soldering it? Perhaps. Perhaps. Only the finest of tech gore. Only the finest of tech gore here. What's wrong, Sparks? It's okay, Sparks. I really need better pliers. And I still haven't been able to find my pliers, which has been very annoying. Okay. Yep, nope. It's okay. I don't want to give Sparks any more of an aneurysm than I'm already giving them. So we should go ahead. Okay, sponge is fine, IMO. I've never had an issue with thermal shock or anything like that. That's okay. I love speedrunning. We are speedrunning right now. And plus this time we're going to do it so much better, right? Okay. If this doesn't work, I'm going to cry. Live on stream on twitch.tv. Oh, what other stories can I tell while I'm doing it? Let's see. What interesting stuff is happening right now? 1, 2, 3, 4. The 2 dead sensors is unlikely, but possible. 3 dead sensors is, you know, it's actually your fault. Yes. Oh, thank you for the hydration. I will make sure to Oh, wait, no, it's posture check. I will check my posture. And I was, in fact, shrimping. Okay. Honestly, it shouldn't take me long to solder this as long as I do everything correct. Disconnect you real quick. Disconnect you. Bring station. Goes up to heat. Plates this guy. Once is lucky, twice is coincidence, 3 is a trend. Oh, thank you, Ghoul. Also, welcome in, Ghoul. And Meridian. I forgot to say hi to y'all. Hopefully you guys are doing okay. Welcome in, welcome in. But yeah, what else is there? Not necessarily soldering, it's just messed up somewhere. I think it is a me issue. I think it is a skill issue. It's a massive skill issue, right? Cook dinner? No. Listen, I can't risk that. That is a high risk. Oh, okay. So, hear me out on this, okay? What do you guys think of a points reward that doubles every time someone redeems it? That you get VIP whenever someone redeems it. Where's my 15k times someone else redeem? I'm working on it. Okay. Come on. Man, getting the first one's always such a hassle. Does it pass around? Yes. I guess we'd either pass it around. So I want to change the music. One moment. Not enjoying this music. Much better. 20k sounds reasonable to me. Yeah, it seems a bit unreasonable to me, but what do I know? Let's go ahead and turn this guy on. Let me get closer to it so we can see. Oh my gosh, that's so bad. Hold on. Okay. Ready, start at 1, increase exponentially. Oh, nice. Okay, that should hold it in place, and then we can actually solder it better than that. Okay, get it in place, and let's go ahead and solder it better. Maybe it's just depth perception that I struggle with. You know, depth perception very hard. Okay. There we go. Boop. What are we raising, chickens? No, we're raising VIP. Okay. Sparks, does this get your approval or no? Also, hello. Hello, Jet Pinky. Is the soldering balls... yes, the soldering is unfortunately not great, but it's okay. I think these are okay. They should work for our purposes. Comparably, they're fine. This one over here, the middle one, is not great. But they should be okay. She has a currently redeem at 50k points. Listen, I'm not gonna charge you guys like 50k points. It seems a little excessive compared to the others. 100 out of 10. Oh yes. Also, I meant to ask: is your emote from Lord of the Rings? Oh. Thank you so much, Sparks, for cheering 100 bits. As always, never necessary, but I super appreciate it. Dude, I'm gonna be conditioned or like classically conditioned into making good soldering joints. Wonder if that will ever actually happen. Let's go ahead and get this guy into place. But thank you so much, Sparks. So what I need to do is we need to take our clock rate. I can only hope. Eventually, right? Like, surely. SCL is top one. Okay. SCL is top. Okay, so green is SCL, so our clock line goes in. What if our soldering was good, though? Unlikely. And even if, this should most certainly be fine, and we'll eliminate that issue. Alright. Let's go ahead and power this guy on. Not gonna work because we are not currently even plugged in. Make sure our VN and ground are correct. They are. Okay, and okay. Let's go ahead and flip the switch. If you could pull out a pin without desoldering it, wasn't a good joint. Yeah. Haha. Haha, see, it's red this time. That's how we know we have quality. Quality assurance. Like, they call me quality. Okay. Now we just need to report the code. So give me a moment. Dude, after this is supposed to be the easy part too. This was supposed to be the easy part. I was just like, oh yeah, we're going to force our way through this issue. Everything's gonna work. And then it's gonna be just dandelions. I'm curious what you would think of my soldering, especially since I've been doing it for years at this point. Yeah. And let's see if I missed anything. Oh yes, okay. I had a random, not shower thought, but I had a random thought while sitting in my padded room today. Have you guys ever heard, like, the comparison who wins in a fight? Superman versus Batman? Okay. Oh, hold on. Here's our app. We're actually getting stuff out. Let's go ahead. Isn't there a movie about that? I think there's a show about that. What do you mean my BPM is 4.9? Oh. Oh. Pog? You dead? Yes, I'm dead. Hold on. Streamer dead. Streamer, you're live. Oh, hold on. I have to, like, make better contact than that. Maybe? 5. Everyone picnic. Okay, there. Oh. No, look. I think the pulse is... It's not accurate. But we're getting stuff. We are getting stuff. I love that emote. Okay. Panic. Yes. No panic. Don't worry. It will be okay. I imagine a dolphin's heart rate would actually be around the same with humans. Boiled Gatorade time? No, it's not boiled Gatorade time yet. Why are we... Surely I have to be... Surely it has to be more than that. Surely it has to be more than 8.5 beats per minute, right? Surely. Okay, hold on. Let's reset it. Hello? Okay. We're still getting really awkward measurements. Let me make sure we're using it correctly. Pretty sure you're supposed to use your thumb. Honestly, it shouldn't matter. As long as it's on a relatively thin part of skin, it should be fine. Okay. Yes. 90 was still a nice number, right? Yes. Oh, give me a moment. You either have a heart the size of the elephant or it's wrong. Nah, believe in it. Believe. 13.27, that's awfully specific. I'm kind of wondering... Hold on. Start at dark. I'm wondering if we're getting interference from, like, outside light. So I'm just gonna, like, cover it. Just 13. Are you dying? Do we have to call an ambulance? No. You guys should see my heart rate in the top left. It's currently at 97. Okay, it's possible that the way that they're detecting it is very, 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 very jank. Give me a moment. I wonder if we can get the... No, why would they be wrong, though? This is a professionally produced piece of code. There's no way that they're wrong. Surely it can't be that low. Any link for the project info? Yes, I can go ahead and send you the project info. Wait, what do you mean by that? For more project info? Any link for more project info? Give me a sec. I'm still trying to figure out the BPM issue. Is it pressure-based? I'm hoping I'm not shorting something is what I'm kind of worried about. But if that were the case, I wouldn't be seeing any beat right now. Okay, so restart you. So it doesn't see any beat when I press hard. Still not seeing anything. Okay. Like if we want to duplicate the project. Yeah, I'll post it after. But yes, most of these are from like search up last minute engineers, and this project's not the exact same, but it is similar because we're eventually going to modify it pretty heavily. So I've never actually posted the code for an entire project before, but I totally could. There's no real reason we can't. My resting's about 70 back when I was very fit and did some breathing exercises. I could go down to 50. Nice. So we're still getting a really weird BPM. And the fact that I'm not... See, the fact that it jumps there is disconcerting. I'm partially wondering if the code itself is having issues. Let's see. Is the device supposed to go down to 0 if you release it? Yes, it is. So see how it says average BPM, no finger. It looks odd because you're pulling it faster than it's updating the result. Yes, that's because this serial out is very, very, very slow. This is very slow to print. I think my resting was like mid-60s when I'm active, now it's like 80. Yeah. Gosh. Surely it can't be this bad. Hold on. Let's see the raws. So, what I want to do is I want to switch it to the raw data and see what we're getting out from raw. And see if we can graph that. Have we considered just multiplying the number until it looks right and calling it a correction factor? Listen, Reddy. We want an accurate heart. We want an accurate artificial heart. Okay? That's not too much to ask for, right? Like, we can do that. Also, like, those values itself doesn't make sense. Give me a moment. I wonder if I'm shorting it somehow. Okay, so if nothing's touching, we have those values. If I even block it slightly, we get super high values? That doesn't make sense. A week ago, someone gifted me a subscription to a channel that I don't even follow, and I've just received another. Nice! That's cool. So, our values just aren't spiking correctly. Our communication line could be wrong. It's unlikely that our communication line is wrong, however... which don't have correction formulas, factors, because they couldn't figure out the exact formula. It was too annoying. Yes, that's what, gosh, there's an entire field of study, linear systems. Linear programming, I believe is what it's called. That you just, like, essentially say, you know, we'll get it close enough to represent the system. It's not going to be an exact representation of the system, but it will be close enough. Okay, those are our values that we're getting back. Okay. Let us try that again. see if... Give me a moment. Please just get this version. Let us try that. Give me a moment. There's also a number of equations where it's literally impossible to solve analytically. You can only get the answer by building it and testing it to get a coefficient then you use for your calculations. Ah, yes. See, luckily, I didn't have to go that deep into stuff. But yeah, that does sound valid. Also, hello already. Welcome in. Welcome in, welcome in. Hopefully you're doing good. Okay, values. They're value-y. Alright. Plotter. We want to switch our application so we can visualize it. So we have the visualizer, and then... Didn't expect the datasheet to be 32 pages. Oh, dude, just wait until you look at datasheets for, like, microcontrollers. They easily go up into the thousands occasionally. It's an absolute ride. I don't think it's proximity based. We're still getting very... Well... Wait. That's heartbeat. That's a heartbeat. Right there. That's a heartbeat. Hold on. Chat, that's a heartbeat, right? I'm overly excited. Oh no. No, I lost it. Those are heartbeats. I'm positive. I wish we could... Every website could use McMaster-Carr's interface. I wish every website could use Mauser's interface. Okay, those are the beats. What happened? So if I'm fully pressing down on it, it messes up. So it's like a partial. No? Oh my gosh, there's gotta be a way to ignore outliers. I wish there was a way to ignore outliers. Come on. Come on. You guys can see it too, right? Like, we're close. It's right there. Oh, no. Man, why is this thing so janky? Surely, I don't know why it's so janky. Like, it shouldn't be this difficult. It should not be this difficult. I would be fiddling with the knobs if I saw this on an O-scope. Yeah, but this isn't an oscilloscope. Could it be a loose connection somewhere? It's literally me just making ground. I'm pretty sure just me making poor contact. Like, those values don't make sense. Hold on. Maybe there is a demonstration. Can we do anything besides the thumb? So the loose connection is you, got it? Yes, I am the loose connection. unfortunately, you can't use wires to address that issue. And I'm trying to... I would like to apologize for not talking, like, super much, because talking generally messes these things up. So, hold on, I'm just gonna close my mouth for 1 minute. Okay. So I'm sure you guys were probably able to see, but that is definitely a heartbeat. Let's see if our code is able to interpolate it. So I have a rough idea on how to hold this guy now. And let's go ahead and see. So we'll switch back. I'm going to swap over the code. You guys aren't going to be missing anything, so I don't see a real reason to swap over. Ba-ba-ba-ba-ba. Okay. Give it a moment. We are just reprogramming it. Our heart rate is currently 86 beats per minute. So ideally we want to match that, and I want to swap us back to our serial interface, not our graphing interface. So, let us see. Also, again, if the volume or music on something is too loud, please let me know and I will adjust it. Or if I'm not talking loud enough as well. Oh. Okay. Look at those. Those are not as accurate, but the average BPM, it's not bad. Some of those are looking pretty good. Oh, I think this is good. Okay, yeah, so it was how we were holding it was the issue. These things aren't overly accurate, but what we'll probably end up doing is we will take the average BPM and then graph that over to our control circuitry. Okay. Alright, so this is gonna work for us. Ignore the no maidens. Microcontroller units. Okay. So, next part. Finally. Yippee. Alright, we need a heart. Allow me to introduce you to our heart. So, I have two things in mind. First, hold on. Okay, I'm not sure if you guys are able to hear it, but essentially whenever you feed this guy enough voltage, it will turn on. What I am envisioning here is, Oreo's maidenless, so nothing is new. It's not very nice. That's not very nice. You know, it's not very nice to say I'm maidenless. I'm just saying. I gotta move myself back. Give me a moment. I'm first in line for heart replacement. I would not use this as a heart replacement tool. Okay. Ty isn't always nice to streamers. That bomb seems to be in distress. Oh, it's not a bomb. Let's see. It's okay. I'm maidenless and sireless. Okay. So the rough idea here is that's the pancake mix pump. No, it's the heart pump now. So what we need to essentially figure out here is we are going to have to do some testing to figure out how much energy we're going to need or how much voltage we are going to need from our supply to run this guy. What I'm hoping is that we're able, or what I have in mind is essentially, oh my gosh, it's hard to put this into words. But to make it an accurate BPM, essentially what's going to happen is you're going to take your BPM here, right? So it's going to say whatever your current heart rate is. Let's use the top left. So the top left is currently 89 or 90. So what will happen? You're not Cyrus. Oh yes, Bachelor. Yes. Anyways. Let's see. Sorry. So essentially what we want to see is that it's not pumping water out in a passive state, but it's holding the water in place where it currently is. And what else we want to see is that whenever we feed it a voltage or a heartbeat, so every 90 or 90 times a minute or about 1.5 times a second, a little bit of water should pulse out. So the general idea for that is to use probably a duty, or no, I'm debating if duty cycle is the right word for it, but is duty cycle the right word? Duty cycle typically refers to, we're either going to edit the duty cycle of our device, or we're going to edit the voltage that it's getting directly. I am slightly worried about the switching speed. So if we're using like a standard, sad I got into electronics now. Yeah, I think the duty cycle is right. It's just on-off cycle. Yes. So the problem with that is we are not going to get a super accurate switching if we use a... One second. We are not going to get an accurate measurement or pump if we are not looking at... Go there. If we are I don't know why I can't get that connected. Okay, sorry. If we are... You know, sometimes I wonder. Sorry, I just made a huge blunder. So essentially what happened was I was trying to just connect it to our outputs. I just need a T-plug. I should just be using a T-plug here. So a T-plug is just a connector that can be used so we can connect directly to our 9-volt battery. I'm hoping the 9-volt battery is just enough to keep the liquid suspended, but not enough to cause it to pump anywhere. Let me grab a T-plug real quick. Okay. Got the T-plug. So if we're able to get this guy at the right speed, or the right duty cycle, again, so there are two ways of approaching this. We can either address it by going for duty cycle, how much we turn on the voltage and turn off the voltage to give it an effective amount of on time versus off time, which is a option. And then the other option is swapping between voltages, or swapping between power sources, and essentially one being full blast and the other being just enough to keep it where we need it, or where it's not pumping, but it's also not falling back in on itself. So again, we want to like mimic the muscle contraction, but obviously that's slightly difficult. I swear Ori has like 85% of all the nerd toys a Hackaday maker could want. I have quite a few. Off-topic question, I came so doubtfully today. Is there any other place where we can see VODs apart from Twitch? I am supposed to be uploading them to YouTube. I have been very bad about that. 1,000 pardons, but... Yeah, they're supposed to be on YouTube. I just have not gotten around to doing that. To be honest, like, bro, I've been busy. Let's see. Okay, so we are going to need some water for a quick test. Sec. We got a nice heartbeat rise with that question. Wait, did you? Oh gosh, you guys can like interrogate me right now. And I have no way of, I guess I could always just like disconnect the heart rate monitor. But, heart rate's only indicative of how nervous someone is, right? I'm not nervous, you're nervous. When you said that, it jumped up 10 BPM. Okay. I just have to calm down. Okay. So, what we essentially will have to do... I'm sorry, let me read the question. Ori, are you really a dolphin? Yes. See? I am really a dolphin. Okay. At least you have a VOD channel set up? Yeah. Okay. Good cop, bad cop. Alright. I'll just put this in here. This is a very bad body, but, that's okay. Oh, wait, you guys can see my cool water bottle. I can show off my cool water bottle. Look, it's a duck. Anyways. Yeah. Little duck. And another duck. Okay. Okay, so essentially what we want to be seeing here is that... A, we're able to get it connected. I also love the color scheme of the bottle. Oh, thank you. Yeah, I like it too. That's why I got it. Okay, so what the goal here is... How many 5s are there between 15? There are 15. Listen, I'm great at math, Sheeny. I'm unironically great at math. And before there's not 15. Oh my gosh, why am I struggling? Cables, voltage, water, what could possibly go wrong? Nothing. Wait, 18? There are 18? Please don't tell me there are 18. No, there aren't 18, because 18 would be even number 90. Yeah, no, that's just not it, Chief. Trying to get this guy connected. Okay, so unfortunately it appears to be too strong. Because if water is flowing over to the other side... Yeah, then it's too strong. Hold on. I gotta put it back in the main basin. Okay. Just go back in. Come on. Okay, so essentially what's going to have to happen... We can't use the lazy method. Dang. I really wanted to use the lazy method. Because, you know, I'm lazy. Okay, so let me describe what happened. So, when we applied 9 volts, or the 9-volt battery from our little battery here, unfortunately what happened was it was able to suck over the water. What we can do, though, I have a great idea. I have what's known as a quite gangster idea. I'm pretty gangster. Where is it? Surely it's... Hold on. I just need to find it. Your answer made me double check. Can you accidentally slip the finger? Oh, can you accidentally slip the finger on the cable to check heartbeats just in case of shock? Oh, no, no, no. Wait. Am I just like... Oh, how many 5s are there? I thought you said 5 times. I read that as 5s as in, whatchamacallits. I read that as 5 times what equals 75. I don't know why I read that as that, but that is what I interpreted your question as. Yeah, no, I completely interpreted the question backwards. Apologies. Let's see. What is the plan? The plan is we need to get stuff working. ISP Assassin? What do you mean by ISP Assassin? Or is internet off? Let me know if the internet is out or something, and I'll be sure to hopefully adjust for that, but I don't think it is. Internet's fine on my end. Okay, good. Okay, let's see. So our options for switching, we can use a transistor, we could use a duty cycle, so we can decrease the duty cycle. A transistor is going to be our best bet. So what we are going to do is also cost some energy to pump it up into the air, so you only have the pump with the water. Will go easier. Yes. So the idea was to actually get a longer pipe, but unfortunately I couldn't find my vinyl tubing. So aren't able to go with that. Okay. Where does that leave us? That leaves us on the transistor-to-transistor logic then for duty cycling. Okay. So there is a slight concern with this, and it is the concern that an NPN transistor, we'd use a C1815 probably, transistor data sheet. Let's see what we can see. I'm trying to find a datasheet of what we're looking at here. Actually, no, this should be fine. Okay. So what we're going to have to do instead is create a duty cycle, and essentially whenever it sees the beat, briefly it's going to turn up the duty cycle to represent a pulse, and then whenever it's not, it will be just enough to keep it over. So that's what we need to set up. Which should be no problem. We can do that. We can do that. Okay. Alright. Make sure that we have the right transistor. We have the right transistor. I need this off for a moment, because I need my desk space, or I need the desk space. Okay, we have our desk space handled. Okay, desk space is handled. We have the C1815, and then we will need to make the switching part of it. Okay, so that puts another problem, but a very fixable problem in. Okay, so the problem that popped into my head and that we are going to have to deal with is we are going to have to deal with the fact that we need both a 5-volt source and a 12-volt source. We can make our own 5-volt source, so I'm not worried about that, but we will need to make one. So that will have to be accounted for. In the meantime, though, we can just get away with using our other parts here. So real quick, I'm going to set this guy up. And I always forget which end is which end. But essentially what we're going to do is we are going to make this guy function like it's on a duty cycle, and what we should hear is it oscillating on and then oscillating not like off, but like essentially it will get loud, not loud, loud, not loud. And then it should do that at roughly the speed at which a heart beats. So to do that, we are going to need a collector, we're going to need the voltage set up. The voltage goes from positive to negative. Okay. So we're going to need a few things. So I'm going to need to make some cables. So give me a moment. Let's go ahead and make some cables. Doesn't need to be this big. So what I am doing right now is I am stripping out the wire, so we'll be able to connect from our power supply. And then we should also put it through... Do we need to put it through a resistor? Good morning, Linted. I was actually just thinking about you not a few seconds ago. So wondering how you're doing today. Hopefully your day is going well. Okay. Let us go ahead and get this guy. I flung the wrong thing away. You hate to see it. Alright, so we want to complete the circuit. It completes the circuit, transistor to transistor. Do we need a resistor in line? If you don't have a resistor in line, what happens? Oh. No resistor in line would cause a short, probably. So yes, we do need one. Okay. Let me just grab a resistor real quick. Ow. Really, any resistor should be fine. Okay. Where are we putting the resistor? We are putting the resistor... Oh, yeah, no. Okay, no resistor. If we blow up a guy, that happens. Sometimes that just happens, you know. You hate to see it. So we need a male to female cable for this guy. So I need a male to female. Oh, I see the emitter for the LED. Oh, no, we're actually not doing the emitter for the LED. So this isn't going to be an emitter. The goal here is essentially we are going to have our GPIO swap the signal and use that to control the duty cycle. Because we can't control the 12 volts directly, so we have to use GPIO, general purpose input-output, and then it will complete the circuit that way. If not, it will just be a short, that will be fine. And then it will go through, then voltage goes there. Okay, let's give that a try. Boop. And boop. I'll need to make additional logic here. However, for the moment, we need to... It's better to start small and work our way forward. Application. Okay. So, what we need to do for our code is something very simple. We need to go ahead and drive our motor. Or not our motor, our water pump. Our water pump is going to be located on GPIO or D5, so which is GPIO 14. So we will need to be setting 14 as an output. We will be needing to control that. And what we will do for the initial phase of testing is just turn it on and off repeatedly. So pretty straightforward. We're just going to set a pin mode. Say 14 or 13. 14 to output, and then what we are going to do is just Digital. Digital rate 14 high. Delay 500. No. Yeah. And digital rate. So we're going to just turn it on and off is what we're doing. So this isn't technically what we're going to be doing in our final version of the product or our final version of this, but this will get us to the point where we can tell if our transistor logic is correct. So that should work. And we upload. And let's go ahead and see what happens. And we turn this guy on. And if something blows up, I'm blaming y'all. I'm joking, of course. One sec. Oh, hello there. Caught. Yes, indeed, caught. Posture check. I am good on posture. Thank you for having me check. It is just going to skip this. No, it tries to go through. It completes the circuit. If it completes the circuit, we want it to... Man, I know I'm gonna fry something. Hold on. We should definitely take our time, and I will hydrate. Thank you. Also, welcome in, Engineer Compolo. Hopefully you're doing just dandelions today. Okay. So ground, we don't want it to be able to just skip straight through. I think we just go from the output. Completes the circuit, output, flow resistance, and then back to ground. Oh my gosh, why am I so out of it today? Totally am feeling just like absolutely out of it. Because that would just short. So if we did this, you know, this guy needs to be attached to a ground. Okay. Ground. Okay, so we have it attached to ground, then it receives power, goes back through the circuit, should be fine. Alright, Vios Comitos. Let's just check what happened. Will we EMP something? Please take your bets on your phones now if we will EMP something. Slash prediction. No, I'm pretty sure we're about to EMP something. I would definitely bet on me EMPing something right now. I would have, like, no faith. Because I am feeling so out of it right now. High-low. Turns it high-low. Okay. Alright. I don't hear the water pump. Okay, so it's shorted. It's okay. I essentially have to make the voltage flow through. When these are as if the wires are connected. These are connected to ground. I need my water pump connected to ground. It is connected to ground. But if that is the case, will it not go through? Oh, okay. I do hear something. Man, that is a terrible, terrible sound. So the problem with the relay sparks is if we use a relay for the duty cycle, I'm not sure if we can switch it fast enough. Or a MOSFET. Yeah, we could use a MOSFET, that's true. We definitely could use a MOSFET in this situation. That is definitely in the cards. And also, wait, that should have turned off as well. No, that's just shorting it. And then I need a resistor. Not a resistor, I need a wire. Okay, wire. Easy enough. Make wire real quick. Just remember the pull down resistor for the signal pin? Yes. And you should be able to check what the response times for the relays are. So if I want to have it switch like 4 times a second at most, which is, or like three times a second, reasonably, right? I'm not sure if what we give it is sufficient. Okay. There. Let's try that. Nope. Okay. Sure nothing burnt up. We're still good. Okay. I feel like 250 milliseconds, assuming 4 times, should be within the realm of possibility for relays. They might be. They might be. Let's see. What can we do about this? We know it's on the right pin. We have our ground over here. Okay, disconnect everything else. This completes the circuit. Disconnect our water pump. So from our supply goes in. We get our values. So it starts here, and then it completes the circuit. But it will shorten the life of the relay. That's okay, we have like dozens of relays. Let's go ahead and do that. So I need to set up a relay, and we need a 12-volt relay this time, unironically. 1 second. Let me grab a 12-volt relay. Okie dokie. So instead of using this transistor, we're going to swap it over to using our controller here. 12-volt control signal? No. No. We're fine. We are fine right now. I misspoke. Apologies. Input. Then we need 3.3, so I need another male to female. And then I need to... One moment, let me swap out my camera battery too. Okay, camera battery swapped. And then just need the male to female cable swapped as well. 3.3 volts. And ground. Temporarily unplug this guy. Voltage is on yellow. Okay. So voltage here is on yellow. So the middle one is our ground. The bottom one, like this way, is our positive power. And then the top one is going to be our communication signal. And we need to get it swapped. And also, I do not know the PN for the relay. Off the top of my head, I apologize. I can get you that later. Also, I should disconnect. And then we need screwdrivers. Okay, so... Oop. I need a slightly different one for this. Oh no, that's working. Nope. Hello? Okay, maybe not. No, that's definitely too big. We'll just have to use this screwdriver instead. Anyways, we're gonna hook this guy up. I'm going to attach the positive power, and oh, give it a bit of a gap. This is ground. After all, no one expected there to be any problems with the keyboard. Confidence in Oriana's capabilities are at an all-time high. Wow, they are at an all-time high. You guys have too much faith in me. You have way too much faith in me. Okay, there we go. So, technically, I don't believe we need a voltage, like, switch, or a source right now. So we should just be able to see it swap manually. Let's go ahead and see if we can get it. Get it connected. Should turn on then off every 0.5 seconds. Okay. Alright. Then what we're gonna do is we are gonna change that guy to 125. 125 is what we needed, is what I calculated when I was originally doing stuff for this. So if this guy's able to run 8 times a second, we'll be good. But we'll see. We may have to also put it through like a capacitor to like partially charge it, but we'll see. We'll see. That looks pretty good. Okay, so never mind, it is fine. We are fine to do that. Okay, I did not think that was gonna be in the cards. Okay, so given that that is the case, we should be able to set up the rest. Oh. So why is that so blurry? Hold on. Definitely not. That's better. Okay. So we'll need to hook that up. Okay. So we're effectively going to use this to duty cycle. What's as quick as this can swap is something that I'm wondering. Because if we plugged it in right now, it just like... What would happen if we did plug it in? So a control device goes in the top terminal. And then in our bottom terminals. So top terminal. Let's go get that guy connected. Or you're smart and awesome. Pass it on? No. Negatory. Alright. Let's see. Then we got this part. Oh, need to undo it. Okay, ground. I need a ground. I need a ground. One sec. This guy is a bit too messy. Come on, wire. I don't have the troll face emoji. That's okay. You don't need it. Okay. Ground. And we're gonna need a secondary ground. And then we're gonna need secondary power. I think it's a good idea to buy some solid state relays. Do you know what those look like, Meridian? I should. If it is feasible, I definitely would not mind doing that. Oh no, back to that. Alright. Okay, so we have our connection here, connection there. We need to get our final connection, which is just going to be a power bubble. And bubble. Note to self design MOSFET solid state relay boards. It's a really good idea. That does sound like a good idea. I lost my screwdriver. Let's get this guy turned. It's already plugged in. And then we need a ground connection. We will just use the top one for the ground. I just need a male to female. There's a male to female. Oh, zoom out a bit. And let's go ahead and get this guy connected. So if we got it connected like this, and then we apply power. Okay, nothing bad happens. That's good. That's the first part's clear. That should happen. And then second part, if we apply power and then turn this guy on. Right, we're getting no voltage. Getting no voltage. Okay, interesting. Maybe it's not well enough connected. Should probably turn that off. Okay, I am just trying to get our connections squared away. Making sure that it's not a very simple problem before we, you know, start trying to figure out what it could possibly be. No. Man, why are none of my screwdrivers working for this? Well, that one will work. This device is just very, very finicky. Okay, there we go. Yeah, that's good enough for you. Okay. Connected, and let's try that again. Okay. So again, we should hear our pump turn on, hopefully. If pump doesn't turn on, we'll figure it out. But we're going to have to deal with the switching issue regardless. So first we power this part on, then we power the supply. Okay, I'm going to swap it over to not run that rapidly and instead run every 5 seconds just so we can make sure the pump gets turned on and has time to turn on, because that is possible. So I'm just modifying the test code right now. So it should swap it to make the frequency or how often it swaps significantly lower. Nodders. Such nodders. Okay. Okay, significantly slower. Okay, now we just have a short that we have to deal with. Easy. Okay. Alright, easy short. I did not notice that this got unplugged. Okay. Alright, so we do hear it turn on. So now what we need to do is see what happens when we mess with the duty cycle. Or not mess with the duty cycle, but mess with the frequency that it's swapping over. So what I'm doing is changing it to twice a second. So it should be swapping this on and off twice a second. I hope. Give it a moment. Okay, they're basically just relayed. Oh yes, this is perfect. Okay. It's hard to display. Give me a second. Let's see if I can show y'all. Very carefully. Okay. So, nothing's coming out. Let us increase the duty cycle. Oh, there you go. Okay. We'll get it. Oh, I'm in the way. Okay. See how it's, like, pumping? Kind of. Not really, but... But see how it's going back and forth every 2.5? Or, like, every half second? So I'm curious if we go ahead and reduce that, what we will see. So if we go ahead and reduce that to 125, 125, and reload and rerun, and see what will happen. And let's see. So again, as long as we can turn it on for a small period of time, once the tube is full of water, it should work just fine. Yes. Yes, that part is true. But I want you guys to be able to visualize it. Okay. Oh my gosh. I'm not sure if you can tell, but it's essentially not switching quick enough. Or it's swapping too quick. Oh no, it will get over there eventually. Hold on. Maybe. Let's wait a second. Okay, now it's not going to. Just add red food color pump to the pump side. That's the plan. Though we don't have that in motion yet. So right now I'm trying to figure out what would be a good switching cycle. So if what I essentially want... Wait, we aren't using real blood? I mean, I don't think you're allowed to. I could go get some, like... I'd have to check Twitch TOS. Obviously, it wouldn't be my own, but you probably could. Okay. So the idea is that we want it to stay at the same height. As long as it's staying at the same height consistently, we essentially know that we're not turning it on and off too fast. So if this was our idle state, as in where we were not seeing a heartbeat, this wouldn't have it essentially come over too often. And if you see, it's not really advancing one way or the other. And then otherwise, what we could do is... Let's go ahead and swap this guy over to something significantly higher. So I'm going to swap over the code real quick. So what should happen... I'm going to put it this way because it's definitely going to work. What should happen is water should actually come over now. So as if each compression, or like heart compression that you're getting, you are able to see, hopefully. Let's see. Okay. Cool. Okay. So you see, like, roughly, stuff is coming out every so often. That's essentially what we want to happen. So what we will be doing to run our code is we're going to be modifying these values to get it where we want to go. Oh, thank you so much for following, Ben1248163264128. Very nice name. 64, 128, 32, 16, 8, 4, 2, 1. Oh, it's backwards. Okay, gotcha. It's backwards hex, guys. Those are powers of 2. Oh, no. It's an actual name. I promise their name's an actual name. But yeah. So that's how this part would work. So now what we need to do is actually hook this up to our heart rate. Nope, nope, nope. Yeah, but I wonder about the whole digits. What's the meaning behind them? Yeah, it's 1248. It seems like a bin name to me. Yeah, it's a binary name. Yes, they have a very clever name. Okay. So I think that's good. Ooh. Let's go ahead and get this guy disconnected. So where are we at? So we are at the point where we're able to control the pump and we're able to get our heartbeat. What we need to do now is integrate it together. However, we are past time and I'm also feeling not so poggers right now. So what I am going to do is probably go ahead and end stream. If there's anyone you'd like me to raid, let me know and we'll raid them. Likely. If not, I do have a person in mind. Because likely Yuki. If you guys are okay, we'll likely raid Yuki. Hopefully you guys are okay with that. If I don't see any exceptions, we'll probably raid Yuki. VT. Yuki's doing electronics. Perfect. Perfect. Okay, so I am going to raid and run. Thank you guys so much for being here. We are going to be finishing up this project and getting it really squared away and good to go. And I will see you guys next time. Thank you again so much for being here. I'll see you again on Friday at the same time. Oh, the bet. Wait, I don't think we need the bet because no one betted against it, so it should just refund it. Anyways, yeah, have a great night. Did it work? Wait, did that work? Oh, crud, I can't tell. No, it did not work. Okay, okay. I'm gonna assume it did not work. Yuki. Oh my gosh. Apologies again for the delay. I don't know why the raid didn't work. Oh, it did work. Okay, cool. Cool. Alright, see you later.